What's going on, everybody? My name is Alex and welcome back to my channel. I know last week I was MIA, life happened, I was super busy, but I am back in here and ready to give you some more content. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So one of the things that I get asked all the time is about diets, whether it's intermittent fasting, whether it's keto, whether it's Weight Watchers, or whatever it is. I'm always getting asked from clients or just from people in general what I think about these different types of diets. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not a fan of any of them because of the simple fact that they are not really teaching you how to eat. They're showing you what you should eat and how to diet. And the problem with diets are you stay on them for 6 to 8 weeks, you lose the weight or whatever the goal is that you're trying to get into a dress, get into a suit, whatever the case may be. You get into that, you reach your goal, and then after you reach your goal, you go back to your regular eating habits, and then boom, you gain the weight back. It's not sustainable. You know, the diet that you're doing is not really sustainable. It's not something that you can do long term because it is really, the dietary industry has done a great job of giving consumers things that get you success in the short term, but not setting you up for success for the long term. And I really want people to realize that, which is why I tell them to not diet. And whenever I tell people, no, don't go on a diet, they always give me these looks like, what do you mean don't diet? And what I mean by that is you need to develop a structured way of eating. You don't need to follow some, restrictive diet. Diets aren't fun. Diets are meant to be restrictive. They are meant to, deter you away from certain foods, which is fine to a certain degree. However, diets are not helping you have a better relationship with food. They are essentially, for lack of better words, coming in the middle of you building a great relationship with food. All a diet is some restrictive plan to help you within 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes maybe 12 weeks. And then after that, where do you go from there? So what I wanted to do with this video is give you my nutrition tips. This is not necessarily how to lose weight. This is not necessarily nutrition tips on how to gain weight. These are just nutrition tips in general to help you eat and have a healthier lifestyle. Eating clean and, eating habits are definitely something that, should be worked on regardless if you're happy or not with your weight, because you could be skinny and eat like trash and your health be garbage, and you could be on the bigger side and eat great and you could be healthy as a horse. So I don't want you to think that any of my nutrition tips are for you to be skinny or lose weight, because that's not where I just want people to be healthy and to be cognizant on the food choices that they're making. So with all that being said, with all that ranting about diets out the way, let's get into my nutrition tips for a healthier lifestyle. As a disclaimer, I am not a registered dietitian. I am not a medical doctor, so all of these tips that I'm giving you as far as nutrition is solely based off my opinion and solely based on the experience that I've had with either clients or myself, putting myself through, different methods of eating. So just throwing that out there for semi-legal reasons, I guess, but simply my opinion. Take my advice with a grain of salt, especially if you have any type of medical condition. Make sure that you consult a doctor and or a registered dietitian before you make any changes to your diet. The first one is really probably gonna throw some of you guys off. So carbs are okay. Carbs are good. You can lose weight by eating carbs. Carb cycling is something that I have discovered that I didn't even know that I was doing, but I've been doing it. Essentially all carb cycling is taking a certain day or a week or whatever and not eat carbs. And then the next day or the next week, you can have carbs. You can have vegetables, you can have the sweet potatoes, you can have the quinoa, you can have the brown rice. Carbs are good in moderation. You can eat carbs and still lose weight. You can eat carbs and still be healthy. Carbs are good, especially with fruit. A lot of people be like, oh, but fruit has so much sugar. It does have sugar. Moderation, fruit is good for you. Like fruit is good. I love fruit and I eat lots of fruit. Don't let somebody tell you that fruit is not good for you. Now, if all you eat is fruit all day, every day, then maybe yes, you need to cut back some. But fruit is good. Fruit is nature's candy. It's natural. Eat it. It's okay. As long as you're paying attention to how much you're intaking, carbs are good. Carbs are good. Carbs are good. Carbs are good. Listen, carbs, everyone who's on keto out there, I hate keto. Carbs are good. Just saying. My second tip, which probably should be my first tip, but whatever, is to eat real food. And when I say that, your food should not be coming out of a box. It should not be coming out of a pre-made plastic bag. One of my favorite trainers has said this, and it really sticks to me because it's honestly true. He said, if it does not walk, run, swim, crawl, or grow, or come from the earth, don't put it in your body. So essentially, you're eating real food. You're eating things that are good for you. It doesn't matter if you're plant-based, you're vegan, if you do eat meat, pescatarian, whatever you're eating should be real. It should be, coming from the earth. I am, a victim of eating cereal for dinner sometimes. I am a victim of getting a frozen dinner on an occasion when I don't feel like cooking. And honestly, my body feels like crap after I eat it. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Like, I am human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. My diet's not perfect. But my body does feel like crap afterwards. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. So eat real food. Eat things that are come from the earth. So whether it's, your animal products, whether it's vegetables, whatever it is, just eat real food. Focus on that and cutting out the processed crap. And that will, I promise you, take you a long way just from cutting out processed foods. Take you a long way. My third tip, and these are kind of going all over the place, so forgive me, but whatever, here we are. So my third tip, meal prep. Now, meal prepping is important for me simply because I meal prep on Sundays. I meal prep my lunches and sometimes my dinners. The main reason I meal prep for lunches is to, one, I save money because I'm not eating out every day. When you really look at how much you spend on lunch every day, you would be very upset with yourself. So pack your lunch, meal prep, so you'll save money, and then you know what's going in your food. So you going to the street to the nearest taco place, you don't really know what they're putting in that food. Like, you don't know the amount of sodium or fat or whatever. You don't know what's in it. But when you make it, you know what's in it. So those are the main two advantages to me, saving money and knowing what's going in your food. Eat at home. Like, you got food at home. If you don't have McDonald's money.
It's some spaghetti in there. It's some spaghetti in there. It's spaghetti in there.
Okay. Go home. Go home to eat. Period. Next tip. Cheat meals. Now, I get asked all the time, are cheat meals okay? Or what are my opinions on cheat meals? And I think they're good. Now, what I will say, cheat meals is not the same thing as a cheat day. If you are going to implement cheat meals into your structured nutrition plan or the way that you want to go about your dietary lifestyle, great, but let it be a meal. Eat clean for lunch, eat clean for breakfast, and then for dinner, if you want, some fried chicken, have at it. If you want a pizza, have at it. But don't let where you ate clean, just like that cheat meal, destroy the rest of your day or week. Also, a cheat day. Don't eat clean Monday through Friday and then Saturday you're eating 10,000 calories, because that's just not how it works. Again, this is regardless of if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, because 10,000 calories is astronomically above what the average person should be eating, regardless of how much they weigh and regardless of what their goals are. Don't go on a binge on Saturday and eat all this crap because you're setting yourself back, okay? So don't eat clean and then for a day eat like crap and then think that, no. One meal, that's it, okay? One. So this specific tip is actually for those who are looking to lose weight. Having a weight loss goal is okay. However, just when you're starting to get into a groove with the way you start to diet or the way that you start to eat, make sure whatever you're doing is sustainable. So don't starve yourself for 3 days for 3 days out the week and you're like, oh, I lost 15 pounds in 1 month. Because you can't starve yourself 3 days. Like, just make sure whatever changes that you do make are sustainable in the long run. Okay, so don't do something that you're gonna get quick results and then you turn around and go back to your regular eating habits. Whatever you do, make sure that it is sustainable. Next tip, moderation and portion control. That is the one thing that I yell at almost everybody about, because you could be eating, what you're eating could be great, but that doesn't mean that you eat a lot of it. One, when you're full, stop eating, okay? Matter of fact, right before you're full, that's when you should stop eating. Your body is designed to give you that reaction so that you don't overeat. And the minute that you start overeating that's when you start to stretch your stomach, and then you're able to consume more and more and more and more. And then that's how you end up gaining all of that weight, because you're essentially stretching your stomach, which means you're stretching the amount of food that you're able to consume without your body giving you that response that you're full. So, portion control, moderation. If you want ice cream, have a scoop. If you want chips, have 4. Yes, I said 4. Like, moderation. Look at serving sizes. Look at those different things and make sure that you're not overeating, especially during your cheat meals or your cheat days or whatever, what have you. So, last tip. And some people are gonna like freak out about this one. Alcohol. Now, again, if you're not trying to necessarily lose weight, this may not really pertain to you. However, still, alcohol is empty calories. And all empty calories is something that has no nutritional value, however has a crap ton of calories, which is what alcohol essentially is. Now, if you drink alcohol straight, if that's how you roll, then by all means, do you. But for most of us, when we're going out and we get a drink, it's usually alcohol and some type of juice. All that juice has a lot of calories, has a lot of sugar. We don't want that. Okay, so what I would recommend for you to do is set a small goal, whether it's to gain or to lose. Hit that goal first, then you can start adding back in alcohol. Same thing goes for cheat meals and cheat days. Reach your short-term goal first, or your small goal first, then incorporate, the cheat meals, cheat days, and alcohol consumption. Don't drink every day. If you do drink every day, that honestly may be something you want to talk to someone about, but I'm not judging. But yeah, don't drink until you reach your short-term goal. And typically that could be within 21 to 30 days. Just don't do it. And then once you do reach that short-term goal, same thing applies. Moderation, portion control. Same thing that goes with food applies to alcohol. So, with all that being said, develop a structured way of eating. It becomes second nature to you. It becomes just like life. Like, if you're starting to eat clean, you know that like your body will start to reject a whole bunch of crap. Like, once you start eating healthier and you start eating real food, your body will no longer want that processed stuff. It will reject it, and you will know when your body is like, oh no, get this out of here. Because it's no longer what it's used to. You just have to take that step to start eating better, to start, looking at your portions and things like that. Don't look at a structured dietary plan as a diet. A diet is restrictive. A diet only lasts as long as you're on it. A structured nutrition plan can last forever. You have to look at the sustainability factor. That's why I'm not a fan of keto. That's why I'm not a fan of like Weight Watchers. I'm not a fan of, a lot of these diets, a lot of these, fad diets, because they're not necessarily sustainable. They work, by all means, they do work. However, they only work in the short term, because you can't tell me that if you're on keto, you can honestly do that for a long period of time, unless you're prescribed that specific diet by a registered dietitian because you have some type of medical illness that requires you to be on a low carb diet. Just not eating carbs, it's not sustainable. I don't see it for her, and that's just my opinion. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell so that you are reminded or notified whenever I post a new video. Also follow me on Instagram at clutchfitness_LLC, where I try to post daily inspirational quotes just to help you get through the day, as well as different workout videos. So like I said, thank you so much for watching. I see you guys next time. Peace.